What happened?
That, I was hoping, is something you could tell me.
Professor McGonagall? What's going on?
You don't know? A professor and a student are practically petrified, and the witch who was supposed to be helping has gone missing.
What are you talking about? How did I even get here?
Oh dear, are you telling me you have no recollection of this evening's events?
No, not a one. Wait, why am I here?
I'm afraid you were found in the corridor, standing over your classmate, clearly befuddled.
I don't remember any of that. Can't you take my memories to the pensive?
At the moment, it seems you have no memories to retrieve. I understand this is difficult, but please.
All I see are images, like snapshots of a moment in time.
That's as good a place to start as any. Tell me about one of them.
There's an odd-looking witch. She's got something to do with plants, I think.
Ah, that would be Miss Cole. She came to us from St. Mungo's, intent on helping find an antidote to the so-called mysterious malady.
Oh, that I remember. Kevin told me about it. Wizards are falling asleep. No one knows why, and no one can wake them up.
Precisely. The Ministry sent Miss Cole to work with our professors, and then things went awry. Interesting that you can't recall her arrival. It was quite dramatic.
That plant is dead, right?
It's not dead, it's just not thriving. And it's much better than it was.
If you say so. I hope you're not considering a career as a healer.
Ha ha, very funny.
May I have your attention, please? I would like to introduce a special guest. Ah, it appears she has not yet arrived, but no matter. Miss Astrid Cole, a former student and current healer at St. Mungo's, will be joining us to help some of your professors devise an antidote for the mysterious malady you have no doubt heard about. Now,
How could you let my boy get mauled by a fanged geranium? You should be ashamed of yourself. How you're still allowed to teach is beyond me. Beheading that vile snake does not make you the chief warlock in charge.
And it wasn't even Professor Longbottom's fault. If Fisher had been paying attention...
Interesting plant you have there.
Oh, I remember that. She creeped me out.
Do you recall what happened next?
No. I mean, I see flashes of memories, but they're all mixed up.
As long as something is in that head of yours, we may be able to retrieve it. Drink this. It's a mild memory potion.
That tastes awful. I think you forgot the peppermint.
Thank you for that assessment. I'll be sure to inform Professor Slughorn. Now, tell me, what do you remember?
Okay, things are becoming clearer now. Let's see.
Everyone thinks plants are to blame. Idiots.
What's going on?
Something's happened in the greenhouse, obviously.
That much I figured out, thanks. What's he doing here?
Mr. Thorne? They must be consulting with him. He does know absolutely everything about plants. It's her you should be wondering about.
Who? Miss Cole?
Yes, just look at her, lurking in the shadows.
I don't think she's lurking.
May I have your attention, please? It pains me to tell you this, but Professor Longbottom has been found in this very greenhouse, asleep and unawakenable. While it was once unthinkable, it appears the so-called mysterious malady has made its way to Hogwarts.
I, for one, am here to help in any way I can, Minerva. Just name it.
I appreciate that, Hubert. Now, as it appears the Ministry is correct in their belief that plants are the cause of this sinister sleeping sickness, this greenhouse will be off-limits to students until further notice. Mr. Filch, if you please.
Everyone thinks plants are to blame. Idiots.
That's right. Astrid said people were idiots to think plants were to blame. I remember that now.
In my experience, those at fault are those who flee, and Miss Cole is nowhere to be found. Can you recall anything else?
This is going to be the best lesson. Mr. Thorne is a proper genius when it comes to herbology. We're lucky to have him.
I thought you liked Professor Longbottom.
I do, but, well, he doesn't own a plant shop, does he? Ah.
Thank you, Professor Sprout. Ha! Sprout and Thorn. We make quite the pair, don't we? Clearly, we were born to be herbologists. Ah, yes. I see quite a few familiar faces. Happy customers, no doubt. For those who don't know, I own a shop in Hogsmeade called Bewildering Blooms. Plants are my passion, particularly those of a magical nature. This, for example, is a thorn original. I call it a bloom for you. As the name suggests, it blooms only for one. Please, everyone, take a closer look.
It didn't work.
Sorry, my dear. This one's mine. There. You see, my handsome face has finally awoken her beauty in all its glory. I've sold hundreds to some rather famous wizards too. And no, Miss Fall, I'm not going to tell you how I did it. That's my little secret. Now, I believe your professor was teaching you about some of the more unpredictable plants, like the Chinese chomping cabbage. This one does have a bad attitude, but remains a vital ingredient in potions, such as Skelliggrow. Definitely worth getting to know. Shall we?
Jumping Willow!
Minging already.
The Totem Locomotive!
Ugh, it's her again. What's she doing here?
Hello. Can I help you with something?
No, definitely not.
Well, that was rather rude. All right then, back to your plants, everyone.
She is different, but is that a bad thing?
Yes! For once, I agree with Daniel. She's trouble. Just yesterday, I saw her at Mr. Thorne's shop, snooping about.
Or maybe she was just shopping?
Spying, more likely. I don't trust her.
I remember that. I wanted to stick up for Astrid, but I didn't. I don't know if I was starting to think she was guilty, or if I was just afraid.
I hope the next memory is better.
Is it dead yet?
Excuse me?
That sickly plant of yours. Is it dead? Or improving?
Oh, improving, I think.
Curious. Well then,
She's been to visit him every day. Just stares. Never says a word.
Maybe she's not sure what to say.
Or maybe she's just a weirdo. Madame Pomfrey says she's always been that way.
Always?
Since she was a student. Apparently, she wasn't very sociable. No friends, not even in her own house.
That is surprising.
bit suspicious. Although, for some reason, the matron is still quite fond of her. She helped collect herbs and administer potions to 6 students, even during the Battle of Hogwarts.
Really? Wow, that's commendable.
It's dangerous is what it is. Letting someone like that tend to the sick? Who knows what's going on in her head?
What was that?
Not what, who. Astrid, lingering outside, eavesdropping on our conversation. I told you, she's not to be trusted.
If I heard someone talking about me the way you were just talking about her, I'd stay outside too.
I only speak the truth.
Based on what? You don't know her.
And you do?
Oh, right. Cassandra really didn't like Astrid. I can't believe...
Well, it would seem that particular piece of information is no longer forgotten. What else can you recall?
I decided to talk to her, to see if Cassandra was right. Gossamer said she spent a lot of time in the dungeons. Professor Longbottom. This doesn't look good.
She attacked you?
Yes, well, no. I don't think she meant to hurt me.
I doubt a trained herbologist would be so cavalier with a dangerous plant such as a mandrake.
Maybe. But I think it was an accident. In fact, I remember what happened after I woke up.
You're awake? Good. I trust you can stand.
Yeah, thanks.
Sorry about the mandrake. They're just at that age. Too young to cause any lasting damage. Probably.
You're, Miss Cole, right?
Call me Astrid. I'm not one of your professors.
Right, Astrid. Okay.
Temporary laboratory for growing potential antidote ingredients, which I was promised would be safe from nosy students.
I didn't mean to intrude. Perhaps I should be going.
No. Stay. Might as well now that you have caught me.
You poisoned the professor?
No, of course not. What I meant was that you caught me playing detective. Father was a criminal investigator. He made boards just like this one to help him sort through clues and suspects. I call it my thinking board, because it helps me think. You're confused. I'm not surprised. I have that effect on people.
Sorry, I thought you were here to brew an antidote for the malady.
I am, but to do so I need to understand what I'm up against. There's more to this mysterious malady than meets the eye.
It's not just a poisonous plant?
Ha! You sound like my colleagues in the ministry, always eager to blame what they don't understand. Just because something is dark and scary doesn't mean it's evil. Take this mandrake, for example. Dangerous, yes, but also an essential part of many antidotes.
I can certainly attest to the dangerous part.
Yes, I know I'm different. I've seen the looks. They've followed me most of my life. Trust is much easier to come by when one is handsome, outgoing, normal. Like your fill-in professor, for example.
Do you mean Mr. Thorne?
Yes. He arrived moments before your professor fell ill, and no one has looked twice at him.
Well, he is well respected and quite friendly. Oh, I see your point.
Indeed. Neville understood. We shared more than just a passion for plants. He also knew what it meant to be underestimated. I can't let him down. I must solve this mystery. It's his way. He can't help but be helpful.
Right, then, I'll help you.
You agreed to help her?
I did, because of Professor Longbottom. He's been so kind to me, I had to help.
I applaud your allegiance, but to offer aid so easily...
It was more than that. I don't know why, but... I'm sorry. I guess I'm not being very helpful.
On the contrary, this conversation has been very illuminating, but perhaps it's time I shared something with you. I found this in Miss Cole's lab, pinned to her, what did you call it?
Her thinking board. This photo was at the center of it.
I see. And what about this one?
Cassandra? No, I didn't see this one. Why is there a line through it? Nothing's happened to her. Wait. Oh no. Cassandra!
Being a prefect is serious business. Being a prefect is serious business.